This is gonna happen if you lose to Duke. It's not gonna be good. Welcome back to another video. This is Dev here from War Tribe, and I got Duke versus Florida State preview. And I'm probably not even gonna look at the stats or who's the leaders and whatever. It's basically Florida State. Are you gonna win? Or are you gonna lose straight up? Right. Your record against Duke is 39-0. You've never lost to Duke before. Now, the big question is, can you do it? Can you beat them? Right? That's only one of the few records that we have left here for this season. What happens if you lose to Duke? What happens? Right? It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be good. Mike, your seat will be hot. Very hot. One of the few records that we got going. 39-0. If you lose to Duke this weekend, people are going to want Mike gone. People are going to want Mike gone. And I fully understand. This has been a real bad year. Real bad season. Now imagine if you lose to Duke. Right? Next, you got Miami. You're not winning against Miami. No, I'm going to actually pull up the stats, so I'll be back. Okay, I'll pull up the stats, whatever. Of course, we're 1-5, 1-4 in the conference. Duke is 5-1 and 1-1 in the conference. Right? The spread is 3, so a field goal. The predictor has Duke winning 58%. DJ is obviously not playing. Malik Murphy is gonna play, I think. Lord's still a Philly leading rusher, but it feels like he hasn't done anything. Jakai leading receiving. Moore's leading receiving. I mean, Duke is struggling to run the ball too, but they average double what we average. We average like 58 yards per game on the ground, and they double it. Right? Let's look at our last 5. 29-13 against Clemson, loss. At SMU, we lost 42-16. We somehow beat Cal. We lost to Memphis. Lost to Boston College. Let's just be straight up. Usually you have a win. We were lucky to win that game. Mike, if you don't get lucky against Cal, you're 0-6. Their last game was at Georgia Tech. They lost 24-14. And then they won against North Carolina, beat Middle Tennessee, beat UConn, and then they beat Northwestern in double overtime. Let's look at what we got. Right, we got Duke, got Miami. We're going to lose against Miami, that's for sure. It's a toss-up against North Carolina. You're going to lose at Notre Dame. It's a toss-up with Charleston Southern. And you're going to lose to Florida. You're going to lose to Florida. They look a lot better than what you do. Not good, Mike. Duke has SMU, Miami, NC State, Virginia Tech, and Wake Forest. It's at Duke. I work in the morning that day, so I guess I'll watch it. Um, yeah, not excited to watch this one. Yeah, so I just pull up the stats, schedule, leaders, whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna get too deep into all that. It's just a matter of if can you win? Can you beat Duke? Can you keep that streak alive? And if you don't, Mike, it's almost time to say goodbye, starting with next season. Because next season you start off with Alabama and you're not going to beat Alabama. This season was such a waste. But can you at least make it up to the fans to win this game? I think you got what you need. I mean, you got Brock. You just need receivers that can catch the ball. You need offensive line that needs a block. Right? You got your quarterback. You got your quarterback. Can you use him? Right? Duke, they got a good defense. You know, Manny Diaz, he's a defensive guy. Their offense is iffy, but still better than ours. So what happens if you lose at Duke? Right? What happens if you lose? You'll be 39-1 against Duke. You'll be 1-6 on the year. You got Miami next at prime time. Of course it's prime time. Of course, all our games are gonna be prime time, guys. This is from last year, from all that that stuff we was talking. They're like, oh look, they went 13-0 and now they can barely win a game. So let's just schedule them prime time, make fun of them, because they're clowns. I'm tired of the primetime games. Tired. Because ESPN and all of them know what they're doing. Right? They know what they're doing. They're not slick. You also shouldn't be 1-5 either. Mike. Alex. Randy. Should be 1-5, but here we are. Primetime game every week. Every week. Just to watch our team get our ass beat. Every week. Every week. You lose at Duke. Your seat's hot. Your seat is very hot. Very hot. You know, I don't blame him. Look what you put for this year, man. We went 13-0. And then we lost to Georgia. Whatever. You can say whatever you want. And then you go ahead and you lose to Georgia Tech, Boston College, Memphis. It looked like your team just quit against SMU. Your defense had some energy, but they're still going down the field. They had 500 total yards on offense. Clemson did. They missed 2 field goals. They were blocked. What's the score then? What's the score then? O-line can't block. Maurice Smith can't snap. If we're seeing problems for Maurice still snapping the ball, his fat ass should be out there. I'm going to put it bluntly. Receivers can't catch. Portier drops the ball. Take him out. Williamson can't catch. Take his ass out. Take him out. Play the young guys. We don't care about the seniors. They've done absolutely nothing the whole time since being here. Williamson, what has he done? Kentron, what has he done? If you take out the Boston College game, what has he done? Whether that's Dugan's fault or it's just him. Gotta do something. Linebackers are bad. It does help that your two linebackers are sophomores. So you keep them around, and they're going to be pretty good linebackers for you. Your secondary is whatever. I think you have a pretty good secondary. Minus Brandon Knowles. Why is he out there? Getting killed on zone. Getting killed on man. Why is Fantrell out there? He can't cover. Obviously can't tackle. He's the reason for one of Clemson's touchdowns. Doesn't even try to tackle the receiver. Doesn't even try. Still put him out there. Only thing good that he has done was force that fumble against Pitt, where he had to run 80 yards down the field. That's the only thing he's done. He can't cover, can't tackle. We got him from Virginia. Yep, what has Virginia done in the last 20 years? What have they done? I'm sure they beat us because, Florida State, they had the luck. Always losing to NC State or Virginia every once in a blue moon. What are we doing? If you lose to Duke, your seat's hot, and people are going to want you gone, and you got to make changes. Staff changes, you got to make them. Then you're going to have to go to the portal. Again. Which we don't want. You should have been able to recruit. You need to get guys that can recruit. If you can't do that, get out of here. Seriously. You can't just rely on the portal. Other teams are using the portal now. We got lucky for 2 years. Or 3. Been lucky. Gotta recruit. You're in the rich state of recruiting. Get the recruits. Patrick Surtain is bringing in guys too. 4 stars. He can recruit. Keep him. As long as he's there, your secondary is going to be good. Hell, he went to the NFL. His son's in the NFL. They coach high school football down there. Keep him. Right? Who else? Don't bring back Adam Fuller. It is insane. The first half of the season, he makes the defense look like they just learn how to play football. It is insane. They look like they don't even know what they're doing on the field. No clue. Last year he got lucky too. The first half of the season, he finally pulled his head out of his own ass. Late last year, he got lucky. Your defense was elite, full of leaders. Every position there was a leader. Defensive line: Jared Verse. Linebacker: Kalen DeLoach and Tam Bethune. Secondary: Shaheem Brown, Jaron Jones, Ronaldo Green. Every position. Quarterback: Jordan Travis. Trey Benson. Keon Coleman. Bunch of leaders. You don't see one on the field for this year's team. Not one. Not one. Not one. And when you lose to Duke, if you lose to Duke, you're in trouble. Big time trouble. People are going to be chipping in to buy you out. Now, I really like Mike as a coach. I really do. I really do. I don't want him to go. But if you can't recruit, give us a season like this in your 5th year, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? I have nothing personal against Mike. But the results on the field is awful. Your play calling is awful. 2022. The reason why you lost at NC State. Should have won that game. Right? Wake Forest. Where are these play calls? I don't know if you win that game, but you're definitely winning the NC State game. 2023. Louisville, that's not even your fault. I mean, your quarterback thought he was ready, and then 4 hours before the game starts, he's not ready. And you got to put in Brock Lynn in. At Florida, horrible. You ran a screenplay every play. And they knew you were running a screenplay. They knew it. Your team is so predictable. I knew it. I'm the most casual fan on this planet. And I know what you're going to run. That's how predictable you are. You're so predictable. I know this is not even like a preview, but there's nothing really to preview about. Can you keep the streak alive? That's the name of the game. Can you keep the streak alive? 39-0 against a Power 4 team. 39-0 against a Power 4 team. Can you keep it alive? In 2020, you put up like 50 points against Duke. That team looks more competent than this 2024 team. Straight up. This team is not... Mike, I'm telling you right now, if you lose to Duke, you're on fire. Your seat's on fire. I like Mike as a coach, but he needs to get it turned around real fast. Is he going to win out? Hell no. You need to beat Duke, and if you somehow beat Miami, somehow, you restore your seat. And if you win out, you restore your seat. You say, I started 1-5, and you won out. You're losing recruits. Every week you're going to lose a recruit. What we 2? 9? They're going to go to Texas. We already lost 2 to Texas. Can you blame them? Number 1 team in the country, and they look like they can win it all this year? Nope, you can't blame them. You got to pull Miami next year. You got to pull Miami next year if you want to stay afloat. You got to get some quality guys from the portal. I apologize, this is not a preview. But it's literally, can you keep the streak alive? And if you don't, Mike, you're in trouble. Name of the game here. You're in trouble. Prediction time, I guess. Shit. This might be a team that you could hold under 20 points. It really could be. But can you score 20 points? I think you guys can. But Brock as your quarterback, I think you can. It's just those fat asses on the offensive line. Can they block? And can the handless receivers catch the ball? And can your running back make a guy miss and break a tackle for once? That's what it is. If you can do all that, if you can block, and if you can catch, and you can run the ball, you're going to get 28 points. If you can do that, I'm going to say official game prediction. Duke 24, Florida State 21. I don't think you're going to win another game. I really don't. I really don't. How can we believe you? I don't think you can. I don't think you will. Please prove me otherwise. Because I'm going to be pissed if you fucking lose to Duke. It'd be 39-1. Have some pride. Like us fans do. Have some pride and go in this game and win. Have some pride. If you think about going to NFL, play for your tape. Play for your tape. Your team does well if you play for your tape. Just play for your tape if you don't care. It's whatever. Play for your tape. Jermaine Johnson, play for his tape, and he sure cared to win. Keon, he could have played for his tape, but we don't know. I'm sure they all did, right? But there was chemistry and there was bond there. This team has none. 0. And that's why we're probably going to lose to Duke. Thank you for watching. This is Dev from More Tribe. Peace out.